Good evening. How is everybody doing? Um,
Hello.
we're live. We're live. This
We're
is
live.
live.
We are
This is
live.
happening right now. Why always at the start does my voice just suddenly decide to just not work?
Puberty.
Yay! You promise? Uh,
Maybe this time.
welcome along to Beyond Horizon's Edge, Chapter 10, Hopelessness. My name is Declan, and I am the Dungeon Master. And joining me this evening, you will see Kat, Emma, and Eilish as Mooney, Regmond, and Diara, though Diara probably not long for this world. Uh, after that comment, um, we don't have Richard who plays Annam with us this evening, but more on that later. Before we dive into the next chapter, I want to quickly mention a couple of things at the top of the show. The first is, if you're new here, welcome. I hope you haven't come here to learn how to play D&D,
Wow.
because the, we're rules like drama heavy, and it's a uh, we are D8 Dungeon. We are a group of I don't think we can really say like Irish TTRP, largely Irish based
There we go.
TTRPGers. Yeah, we have friends and castmates all over the world, but the bulk of us are living in Ireland. And we produce several streams and shows here on Twitch and in podcast format every week. And you can check us out on social media at D8 Dungeon. You can pop over to our Discord server, where some of the funniest, coolest people hang out. Alice is not one of them, though she is there. She recently lost her mad powers.
Slander.
Oh
For,
no,
for
really?
yeah, she was abusing them.
No, it's
So
not one. I'm playing the murder mystery game.
uh, we have a murder mystery game starting up very, very, very soon over on our Discord server, a play by post game. That sounds like your cup of tea, and you're like, oh man, I want to do murder mystery by Discord server.
I want to do murder.
If you want to do murder in a fictional sense, we organize these regularly enough over on our Discord server, where I also DM them and spend most of my time spray bottling a number of players who want to roleplay their characters kissing in the murder mystery game.
Sure,
Uh,
in the murder mystery game.
If the world is ending and you're going to die, what else would you do?
find the person responsible.
No, no, kiss fictional characters.
It's my Baldur's Gate content.
On top of our on top of all the shows that we put out, from Beyond Horizon's Edge, Romancing the Dungeon, Random DMs, Ben and Declan on a Roll, which is this Thursday, and Saving Grace, which returns at the end of August. We are also organizing and take part in a number of charity TTRPG fundraisers. And this month, actually at the end of this month, the start of August, our annual TTRPG fundraiser D8 Dungeon Drive takes place live here on Twitch from the 2nd to the 4th of August. So it's a whole weekend of tabletop role playing games, kicking off with a PvP tournament. And this year we are raising funds for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. So all proceeds from the charity streams are going directly to the PCRF and in their efforts to help young people and children in Palestine. So it's going to be an absolutely amazing weekend. There are some phenomenal DMs who stepped up to offer their time and their talents to run games. There's a wicked amount of prizes that can be won over the course of the weekend, through some amazing sponsorship from amazing TTRPG content creators, artists, and publishers who got behind the event and have donated some prizes for raffles. And to enter, all you have to do is just watch the stream and follow along, and you could be in a chance at winning a prize. Your donations over the course of the weekend also affect the games. So when you donate, you can give players advantage. You can cast wild magic. You can change the story as it unfolds. As is tradition, I will be running a game, and as is tradition, the players, spearheaded by Emily from Fate Script, will be ruining the game. So I'm very, very much looking forward to running Prom Invaders, a game where all the players are aliens who have invaded high school prom with the goal of being elected prom king or queen, and taking over the world. So that takes place August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, live here on Twitch. For more information on it, we do have an application form for reserve or bystand players. So if in the event a player drops out or isn't able to make it, there is an application form there on our social on all our social media channels and on our Discord, where you could apply to maybe still get involved if a space opens. And last but not least, one of our sponsors and a good friend of D8 Dungeons, Mystery Dice Goblin, the one of the biggest UK-based TTRPG accessory stores and dice goodies. If you are in the need for some new dice, if you're in the need for some pins or apparel, then we strongly suggest you check out Mystery Dice Goblin and what they offer. And more exciting, if you use the code D8 at the checkout, you will get 10%, no, 15% off your total order. And that 15% portion of the sale then comes back to us. So that means we can pay artists, musicians, and folks that we can commission for stream assets and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's kind of everything. Last thing to mention is we finally got all our Twitch business sorted, and you can now subscribe to the D8 Dungeon channel. So if all that shenanigans and all that stuff sounds like your cup of tea, and you have a subscription lying around and you want to subscribe, you can do so. We haven't we haven't fixed our bits yet, but we will. We will be fixing the bits. Yeah, just no other way of doing it. So we will be figuring those out probably after the charity stream. But that's kind of that's what we have. Shall we play some Dungeons and Dragons?
Yay!
Let's do it.
Let's fucking go!
Let's have a fun, happy time.
The chapter's called Hopelessness.
It's opposite day. Yay!
Oh. Which means it isn't opposite day.
Oh.
Okay. Before we kick off, does anybody want to offer a recap on our last session, chapter 9?
Should we roll for it?
Yes, I will roll a d6.
Okay.
And what did someone just say? Shut up, Cat.
It wasn't me.
I said shit. I've no
Yeah,
guts.
but
Is what I said.
2-3 chance of it not being you.
Yeah. So Emma is 1 to 2, Kat is 3 to 4, and Alice is 5 to 6. Okay. It's a 2.
Okay. I would like Eilish to volunteer as tribute.
I don't think that's how that works. I will though, because I have some notes. So let's see. Oh yeah, I found letters at the keep that Byron was responsible for the destruction of the Cashlon walls. That was great. Then we got sent to look for the people who were missing in the fog. Bernard had led a troop to see what the source was, and we followed because God knows he can't find his way out of a paper bag. And let me see what else. Yeah, so we went to look for them in the woods, and I have a side note that I'm not supposed to know, but Mooney Mooney stole Diara's mirror. BBC on the repercussions of that. Then we follow the weird chair tracks, and then Adam got separated from us and started following his younger self, or a version of himself, while the rest of us bump into the others except for Bernard. And Sybil tells us that the trees aren't native to where we are, which means we've been transported somehow. We're still not sure where we are. And then we heard a roar.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
So that is where we're going to pick this up, because we left it with the three of you, with Sybil, Henry, and Ida, having found them, or having, you're not sure if they found ye or ye found them, but with your paths crossing and both groups having lost a member in Bernard and in Annam, you have kind of stuck together. It's in that moment where you realize that you might have been transported, you're not where you thought you were in the woods. That as that thought sinks in, you hear this deafening roar, and it echoes all around you. And following it, there is just this flurry of snow that just flits and kind of swipes across you. It's just carried on this very, very quick, harsh wind. And Ida kind of looks to the others and looks back at the three of you. What was that?
Was it the sound of like an animal that we would recognize, or no?
It didn't sound like an animal.
It sounded like a person?
Yep.
I don't particularly want to find out. So maybe we should try and find the others ASAP so we can head back.
Did it sound like a feminine kind of scream?
No, this was a kind of a deep bellowing roar.
Was that Adam?
No.
Well, it couldn't have been Bernard. He's known for a shrill, not so much as a deep bellowing roar.
It's a very feminine scream, actually. Yeah, yeah.
He's incredibly feminine. He's a great alto.
Purple drink.
But I think we should maybe go and find him even quicker now. I think we've got even added incentive to find him and get out of here.
Was it snowing in Canuck before we left, or just foggy?
It was just fog.
Where has this come from? And she just kind of puts her hands out and lets the snowflakes fall on it. We weren't too snow.
Snowing?
I think it's when the water and the temperature, and so I think it makes snow then instead of rain when it's too cold, and that's how snow happens.
I'm actually so impressed that you know that. So I can't even be mad.
Do we have any? So where was he last standing?
Over there. Diara points beside her.
All right. And do we have any idea of direction?
There's no real path, right? I'm asking you, Declan.
Yeah, no, it is just woodlands. It's just trees. There isn't like a dirt road or anything like that you can follow.
We're not going to find any tracks when it's snowing.
I think that'd be an ideal. scenario, if, don't people leave tracks in snow?
But I'm assuming it's snowing heavily.
What if we wait a wee while and maybe the tracks will appear? Maybe that's how it works.
Okay. Well, Diara's going to look at the two guardswomen and be like, any ideas?
Sybil kind of just steps forward. We're not going to find Bernard or Annam. She kind of says, kind of half quizzically, in this. I think we're probably better off looking for shelter and waiting out the snow first. Maybe get our bearings a bit more and then look for them. And whatever made that sound, or whoever made that sound, I don't think they're in a particularly good mood.
But if we leave them out there with that growling person, isn't that a lot worse for them? Like, are we just saving ourselves? But in order
That's exactly what we're doing.
in order for them to get very hurt.
Annam's the strongest one out of all of us.
That's not true.
I'm
Annam's
quite strong.
pretty much the strongest one out of all of us, apart from
when
maybe.
this is over,
Mooney.
we're gonna settle that, but that's not for right now.
What I'm saying is, he'll be fine. He's not stupid. He won't take on something he can't handle.
What if he's no choice and he's on his own?
Well, he's not. He probably has Bernard.
That's so much worse.
I don't. How do you propose we find them?
How about we climb a tree? One of these
Oh,
non-native trees. I will go ahead. Mooney's going to climb a tree.
Okay, give me an athletics check, Minnie.
Oh no.
It was at that moment you realized.
Oh, that's a 10.
That's okay.
That's average.
Great job.
So Minnie, you sort of trundle over and kind of not shoving past, but moving past Henry. You get a kind of you reach up, grab a branch, and kind of you hoist yourself up. As you kind of climb maybe 8, 10, 15 feet off the ground. And it's not that the tree is particularly sturdy, because you do actually feel it swaying in this wind. You can hear the rustling around. Between the snow and the fog, give me a perception check at disadvantage.
Oh, natural. Oh, come on. Wise up. 20 and a 1.
No, that's the worst possible outcome.
That's muck.
Okay. At this moment, as you are kind of like, it's that thing you are straining your eyes to kind of make anything out in the distance. It's a thing of you can clearly see the snow kind of just walloping against rock and the ground. But the further you look, it is all just grey. And then you see kind of like just this flurry of snow kind of almost like coil and snake through. And it hits you before you realize what it is, as an ice mephit just crashes into you.
Oh no.
Take 4 bludgeoning damage. 1 from it and 3 from the fall.
Oh
Oh,
no.
Was that a D4 you rolled? Was it?
No, it's a D6.
Oh, okay.
What crashed into her?
An ice mephit.
An ice mephit.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a little empty dude.
You all watch as Mooney kind of falls off the tree, lands on her back.
Oh, okay, that's not great. Diare's gonna run over and try and help her up.
Before Minnie takes her hand, she's going to cast Mage Armor on herself.
Okay.
I probably should have did that before going up there.
It's that thing, Dyer, as you reach down to pull Mooney up, you just see kind of this light shimmer across her. And it doesn't completely vanish. Like you literally see it hovering over her, almost like a second skin, as you pull her to her feet. There is just this hissing, nattering sound that's sort of now circling the group.
So, what did you see?
I saw nothing. Really, to be honest, just white and fog, and something hit me in the face and I fell off the tree, and I think I had eyes.
Sorry? What do you mean something hit you in the face? You were like, how high was she?
15 feet.
You were like 15 feet in the air.
I know, and it hit me in the face.
Was it the growler? Like, are we under attack right now?
No, the ground hit me in my back. I don't know, it had eyes. And I'm scared, but I'm actually glad that I can cast magic now.
Okay, well, let's go before we find out what it was.
Can you help me up?
Yeah, she
Thank
offers you
you.
her hand.
Now my back's all wet.
As you pull Mooney to her feet, it is that thing, Dyra and Reggie. You see it. Ida, Sybil, and Henry have all kind of clocked it in that moment. You are encircled. Like it is. I think at first it looks just like the wind and snow just being flitted around the place, but they're taking shape, taking form. You see these winged creatures, pointy, jagged little heads, almost like stalagmites, just freezing over, and just these jagged little teeth sitting inside a skull that's a little too small for them. These r- razor blue eyes with just this sort of fog emanating from them, and they sort of hover around. There are 6 of them. You are
Gross.
surrounded. I need everybody to roll for initiative.
Oh,
No.
don't have enough HP for this.
It's an 18.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to roll for I'm going to have the methods as 2 groups. So rather than doing it as one straight up group. And okay. Yep. So
I got a 6.
6.
I got a 12.
An 18.
Okay, 18 for 12 for Mooney. So that's going to be and 12. And then I'm going to roll for Sybil, Ida, and Henry. Of course, they roll crap because I'm going to take them as a group as well. And they rolled a 3 plus 2, giving them 5. Okay, Reggie, you're up.
I'm gonna try. Do I have 2 weapons? 2 at this level? Yeah, two weapon fighting. I'm gonna try throw a hand axe. One at 2 of them, if you understand, from the same group to make it easier.
Yeah, I get you. So you're basically you're using your action and your bonus action to throw.
Yep.
Okay. Hit me.
Oof. That's an 8 to hit.
8 misses.
And that's a 19 to hit.
The 19 will hit.
And that is 5 slashing damage.
Okay. Yeah, you again. You see as kind of like Sybil reaches for her sword. Henry reaches for a hammer, and Ida kind of just reaches for her staff. And it is that thing of as they get ready, you've drawn your 2 hand axes, Reggie. You throw the first one, and it buries itself into the trunk of a tree. Like you miss widely on that. kind of not bearing up and still holding the other axe in your hand, you throw it. It slices through the Mephit, like it literally cuts right into him, um, and he lets out this kind of like this snarl of pain, and where you see blood, it immediately freezes. Like it's just a slush that's kind of like stuck to him now, as it kind of half hovers in the air. You took your action, you took your bonus action. That group of ice methods are going to go, and the two that you flung axes at are going to go straight for you, Reggie.
Okay.
And that is a 14. That's a 17 to hit with the first one.
Yep.
And a 22 on this, so both of those will hit. For 2, 3. Oh, sorry. I did that wrong. So that would be 2 plus 6, and then so you take 6 slashing damage.
Cool. That's half my hit points.
And 4 cold damage.
We're level 1, aren't we?
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
The second group, there's the third one, and that one is going to go for Sybil, and that is a 10 plus 3. No, it swings, and Sybil just sort of like swats at it with her sword, more so kind of like in panic rather than anything. Kind of, she's kind of taken up by the fact that the 6 of you are kind of almost back to back, surrounded by these creatures, and the next group are going to go 14 against Henry. That's a nat 20 on Ida.
Oh dear. Rip.
And I'll come to that in a second, because the other one is going to go for you, Daira. And that is a 9 to hit with its claws.
Nope.
Okay. So it's in this moment that, like, Daira, you see the ice methods kind of like just swoop in on top of Redmond. In a swing, Sybil sort of like swats at the one that came for her. One comes down and just rips into the back of Henry's head, this short, and like goes to pull at hair and scratch and cut, and he's too slow, and he's not able to kind of duck and roll out of the way, as this thing has now kind of buried its claws into the back of his head, and he is just scratching and biting at him. Ida, holding the staff, just panics, and she goes to turn and run. And when she does, she comes face to face with an ice method, and you all watch as its lungs, like its chest, just kind of it grows larger, and then it sprays a icy breath right at her. And Ida is frozen completely solid.
What the hell?
It is Mooney, your action.
There's one attacking Regiment now, isn't there?
There's 2 attacking Regiment.
Oh no. Minnie is going to swing round with her little crook staff, and she's going to quickly go through her tote bag instinctively, looking for a book that might be there, but there is no book. She's a bit confused as to why she's looking in here. And then she sees the little looking glass, and then she looks up and she sees Regimond's hand axe embedded in a tree. And then she's going to look at Regimond, and then she's going to cast a firebolt at one of the ice methods that is attacking him.
Okay. Yeah.
It will be a dirty 20 to hit
That'll hit.
for 8 fire damage.
So when it comes to, yes, that's doubled damage.
Oh,
So vulnerability gives you, I'm pretty sure I'm that's a rule I remember,
Mm-hmm.
that you do with a vulnerability, you do double damage. If it's like if a creature not damage that type is doubled against it. Yep, bingo. So that becomes 16 fire damage.
Nailed it.
And is this against the one that Regiment had already hit, or is this
I
one
would say no. I think she would
the
be
other one?
going. Yeah,
Okay.
she'd be going after the one he's attacking.
So it is that thing of, excuse me, Mooney, you holding your hands kind of, it's that looking back and forth, holding your hands up. There is just a flicker of flame between your fingers, and it just shoots straight forward like a dart of fire. It strikes the method, and it lit like you see it almost crack and shatter from the heat. Regiment, and the large parts of it are the parts of it that are ice are melting away, and the part that is flesh and bone are sort of exposed somewhat. It crumples to the ground. It is incredibly weak, lying where it is, but it's still sort of snapping and biting. Diara, sorry, bonus action, Mooney.
Yes, Minnie is going to bonus action hidden step to
Okay.
become invisible till her next turn, and she's going to try and make her way over to where the hand axe is embedded in the tree.
Okay.
And then that'll be her turn.
As you make your way towards the tree line, it's that thing you kind of sneak past the methods and stuff like that, and you just kind of brush past Diara. It is your action.
I'm going to. I'm beside Reggie, I assume, yeah, because we
Yeah.
were back to back.
Yeah.
I'm going to cure wounds on him. That
We're
is,
such good pals.
I know, right? For 6.
Thank you.
Okay. So, and in bonus action,
And I'll give him my bardic inspiration and just be like, walk it off.
it is that thing of you reach back, Diara, and just kind of find Reggie's hand, and you a little bit of the magic just wafts off of you as you try and help your friend, as you try and support him. And in that moment, it is a thing of it. You feel the magic kind of wash over him, and then Reggie doesn't do well with being coddled. And it's that thing of you snap to it. You've seen how Byron. I keep doing it again. No, that's right. Oh my god, I got it right. Yay!
Yay!
I'm back.
You did it.
How Byron, over the last couple of days, and even nearly the last 2 or 3 weeks at this point, has been kind of getting the lad to work. It's that thing of there's no point coddling him, there's no point encouraging him. It's just tell him to do better, tell him to do like, and he reacts to that in a way of, well, I'll show you. And as the words sort of leave you, you channel energy into them, and you look over as you see kind of Sybil and Henry kind of swatting at the mephits next to them. They're going to take their action, and roll for both. Oh, Henry. That is not good. That's a nat 1 for Henry.
Oh, no.
And a 12, it's a 16 for Sybil. And that is D10. Okay. 12. Okay. Sybil, the one that had attacked her, that she had kind of.
Sorry. Richard is asking for justice for Henry in chat.
No.
Excuse me. What?
Oh, bless you.
Sorry. Wait, did that still come through even though I muted my mic?
No, I
Oh,
can
thank
just see
God.
you
I was just
sneezing.
like, that was not pleasant. That was not a pleasant sound. Excuse me. But you swing. Sorry, Sybil swings and lands a very clean hit. And it's in that moment, as she kind of half turns back to look at Henry, the other two ice methods that had descended on uh, one that had gone for Ida has now turned on him. And as he kind of swats out with his hammer, he misses, loses his footing, and goes down. And when he does, the ice method that had clung to him uh, breathes his icy breath all over him. Um, and as Henry falls, he is completely frozen solid. And you all hear a cracking sound
No.
as his frame hits the hard, frozen turf.
Yikes.
Oh
Sybil lets out kind of a
no.
cry of agony, um, and the Mephits kind of turn and look at her, and you clearly all hear a laughter. Like there is kind of a menacing little cackle or chortle out of them. Redmond.
I have a fixing ring on my character sheet, but I don't
Mhm.
know when it got there, and if it was during this campaign or if this was just from copying this.
Uh, that came from the last campaign.
Okay, so I can't use that.
No,
God
because
damn it.
if you read the there's kind of a little kind of a bio about it. There's a little information about the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is to do with last campaign.
Okay. All right. No worries. I would like then to. So I can't do that. I could do that, but no, I won't. Yeah, then I think the one that just attacked Sybil and Henry, is that the same one?
So Sybil is now surrounded by 3. So
Okay.
there's 3 attacking you, Diara, and Mooney, but Mooney's now gone invisible,
Yeah.
and there's 3 attacking her alone.
Okay. So yeah, because he's kind of like, I'll show you, Diara. Of course I can walk it off of it. Fine. He's going to go to the 3 around Diara and try and get one of them with his great axe. I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is a 13 to hit.
13 hits.
Yeah. Okay. For 6 damage.
Okay. So there's the one that Mooney hit with the firebolt. That's kind of on the ground, kind of like limping. There's the one that you already took a chunk out of with your hand axe. Are you going for the one closest to Diara, which is untouched?
Yes.
Okay. And how much damage you say you did?
6.
6. Okay. Perfect. And any bonus actions?
No.
Okay. It again, it's that thing, Reggie. Is you just kind of have to like feeling Diara's presence and her words. You kind of like, oh, whatever. I got this. And kind of you go to move her as in to keep her out of harm's way. But for everybody else, it kind of just looks like you just shoved her. But it wasn't done to dismiss. It was done to protect. Is that she's there too, and you kind of put yourself kind of in position where you are now kind of flanked by these 3, and you take a swing. It didn't see you coming as it was kind of locked on Diara, and it just you bury your blade into it, like you full on just wallop straight into it. It is the Mephits go, all 6 of them.
Oh shoot.
So I'm gonna roll. Okay, so one got a nat 1 on you, Reggie. So you're gonna have a free action against it.
Okay.
Another one got a 6 to hit, so that doesn't hit. And that is a 9 to hit.
Nope.
Doesn't hit. Okay. And I'm just gonna do the 3 attacking Sybil then as well. Jeez. Okay, I just rolled two. I've just rolled 2 3s. I'm rolling the 2d20s and then another one. Okay, that one's gonna hit Sybil. I said so, and that's just what's gonna happen. It is. So you have a free action on one, Richie. So you can take a swing at it.
Yeah, with my great axe.
Yeah.
10.
10 misses.
Yeah.
10 won't hit. It's a thing of the one that you struck first kind of swings back at you, and kind of it reacted before it kind of gave itself time to think. And when it swings, it kind of swings too far, opens itself up, and as you, with the momentum of your first strike, you sort of swing back, but it's kind of composed itself, and it just sort of flits out of the way. And as it does, your eye is kind of drawn over to Syl, who is just like that, like using her sword, her long sword, almost like a swatter. And she is, as the methods kind of dive at her, she just slaps them back. It's that thing of she's keeping them at distance. One lunges kind of through her defenses, and does bear itself down on top of her for 3 plus 7 damage. So it gets a deep cut, like just into her shoulder near her neck, as it sort of swoops down, and it just slashes at her. And where it does, she kind of, there's a gush of blood. She yelps, and then kind of like shakes it off as she kind of turns back, and just you see her, both her hands just kind of grip her long sword in defiance. Okay, what do you know about these things? And it is Mooney. It is your action.
Okay. Everyone seems kind of distracted, yeah?
Yes, yeah.
Can Vinny... Oh, I dealt double damage in the last round. Can Vinny try and pull the... Her invisibility's gone at this stage. Can she try and pull the axe out of the tree? The hand axe?
Yeah, give me an athletics check.
Oh, no, I don't want to. Oh, I've got inspiration, so I might have to use that.
See, Reggie threw it, so he threw it really well, so it's actually proper buried into the trunk of that tree.
Oh,
Otherwise, it would be
no.
fine. No, what you get?
Would a 12 be enough?
Yeah, no, 12's enough. Yeah.
Minnie rips it out and sticks it in a bag.
Wow.
She's taken it literally. She says she has to steal
Kat,
from them.
that is absolutely amazing. That is wonderful. But like there was, I don't know, was anybody else like, oh my god, Mooney's gonna take that hand axe and she's gonna bury it into a
No, I knew she was going to put it in her
No.
bag.
No, I
would-
really thought she was gonna go, you know.
Whenever
Yeah,
she was like, everybody's distracted, you got this look on your face. I was like, mischief.
I thought that meant I'll have advantage when I swing with the hand axe.
No, Minnie must take something from them before they remember.
There's a just before I go back to this, above the table. So in the upcoming charity stream, there is a PvP tournament taking place on the Friday night, and Emma and Richard, Redmond and Annam have graciously volunteered to step in as part of the D8 dungeon crew, alongside Hephaestus and AJ from Romancing the Dungeon. And before now and the tournament takes place, you are able to sponsor any character who has entered, with anything from a legendary item to an extra hit points and stuff like that. Both Richard and Emma were sponsored earlier in the week, with 50 gold pieces each. And the only comment that was made was the money was stolen from Bernard, inspired by Mooney's crime wave. Yeah, Mooney, it's I'm going to say that is your action, like that, like you yanking that out, like it's sort of putting boot against the tree, both hands on the handle of the axe. You yank it, and a chunk of the wood actually comes with it as you pull it free, and you bury it into your rucksack. It goes straight down into the satchel on your side. You have your bonus action.
I don't. That's it.
That's it. Okay.
That's my
Um,
move.
and yeah, it
Rue's
is.
going to use her movement to get away from the tree, so it's
It's less suspicious.
yeah, and try to get back into the fray.
Okay. It's that thing of you like having become visible again. You kind of skirt around, and again, you do see the six of these things are still up, and as you sort of circle the group, you're now kind of so. If I can paint the picture, in the middle there is Diara, Reginald, and Sybil, and the two frozen bodies of Ida and Henry. Uh, Around them, there are six ice mephits slashing and snarling, and you are now outside that periphery. So you have kind of managed to kind of pull yourself away a little bit. And as you sort of circle around, you hear something coming from behind you. You can clearly hear footsteps in the snow coming through the fog towards you, even over the hissing and the whistling of the wind, even over the snarling of the ice mephits. Somebody's coming from behind you. Mooney. It
We'll just
is.
swing
Yeah.
around and prepare.
You're gonna okay. So you're gonna kind of turn your back to kind of have a look, and
Mhm.
ready. Dyer, it is your action.
So tell me again, everybody's kind of in front of me now.
Reggie. Actually, yeah, Reggie and Sybil are both in front of you. It's a thing of you. You can't see Mooney for a couple of seconds, and then you turn and you see that Mooney is outside of the battle. Like she's about 10, 15 feet away.
Okay. I'm gonna thunder wave.
Okay.
Nice.
And everyone needs to give me a constitution saving throw because it's a cube that originates from me, so I assume it's a cube.
That's all the methods. That's going to hit Sybil, and that will hit Reggie as well.
Yeah, but it's fine because I gave him bardic inspiration.
Okay.
You didn't use it, did you?
No.
Okay, you're fine then. Okay.
What's the DC?
It's a 12.
Okay. And Dex, is it?
Constitution.
Constitution. Okay. So Ida has a +1.
Amazing. I knew that.
No, that's a 10, so she fails.
Ruh-roh.
And then the mephits have 0 to this. And I'm going to roll 2 d20s purely because the two groups. Okay.
Mhm.
I got an 18, so I don't need my bardic.
Amazing.
So one group got a 19. So that's group 2. Okay. So they passed. And then group 3 rolled a nat 1.
Yay!
Okay.
13 damage. So 6 for the group that failed.
6.
Do I take
one?
any? Do I have that?
You have.
Yeah.
You take half. Yeah.
So I take 6.
Sorry.
So this is the interesting thing. So you rolled a 13, right?
Yeah,
And then what's the damage die on that?
it's a D8.
So it's an 8. So
Well, 2D8.
yeah, but no, but it's just add D8.
Oh, yeah.
It's the thing. So on the nat 1, the first group of ice mephits, because we'll say that they were the closest to the spell and the energy, as it wallops into them, they take more. Like it's the equivalent of you doing a nat 20, them taking a nat 1 on a con save. So they take 21 damage. And then I'm going to need all of you to make 3 dex saving throws.
Like
All of us?
one
No,
dex,
so-
one
sorry.
dex saving throw each.
No. So I'm going to actually, I'll just double check. What's the?
Oh God.
No, so you're fine, Kat. You're 15 feet away. But everybody else is going to need to make 3 dex saving throws.
What did I do?
Okay, and DC 10.
Got a nat one on one of them. All right, I got a 19, a 3, which is with a nat 1, and an 8.
Okay, so Sybil got an 18, a 13, and a 10, so she's passed all of hers. And
Dex
Irish,
saving, right?
dex save, yeah.
Okay, I have to do maths. 7, 16, and 19.
Okay, so anything above a 10, you take 2 damage.
What
Okay.
kind?
Uh, slashing damage.
Ouch.
And then, I suppose would again. I don't know. This is kind of sometimes where I feel like there needs to be somebody who's not as nice as me in chat. Um, I think
Richard?
yeah, Richard, if you're there, I'm gonna let this call up to you. Technically, the other ice methods should also have to make this
Dex
roll.
save.
Yeah,
What is happening? Is
the
somebody
other
exploding?
you blew up the other 3.
Whoops.
So you literally caused 3 ice methods to die, and when ice methods die, they explode.
Oh,
Or when
dear.
methods die, they explode. They're elementals. Um, so technically speaking, these 3 died within 5 feet of the other 3, so they should also have to make dex saving throws.
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah,
Then
okay.
if they die, that could be a chain reaction. That could be
It
fun.
is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So
Richard says if it says all targets.
yeah, each creature within 5 feet of it. Yep. So that's what we're going to do. They have a +1 to their dex. So I'm going to roll. That means I have to roll 9 times. That'll be fun. So that's a 15. That's an 11. And that's an 18, which means that one takes 6. Oh, Jesus. So it's dead. That's 6 damage. So the other 2 now have to roll, and you're all going to have to roll another one.
I regret my actions.
Do you?
17.
Oh,
Okay.
also a 17. Oh, snapsies.
Beans.
So that's.
I'd say you got a 17. Doesn't matter if you didn't. Emma's gone forever.
Okay.
God, she blew up.
Emma has blown up. What happened?
Yeah, so you both have to make another, because another ice method died, so there is a chain reaction here. So,
Oh my
So
gosh.
we've done 4 so far.
you'd have done 3, and then this will be your 4th.
Yeah, so we both got 17.
Okay, so you both take 2 damage.
Oh, God damn it.
All right, I'm down.
No.
No.
Sybil is down.
No.
great.
Um,
You need to get your ass back here.
and it's in that moment where, Dara, as you literally just you slap your 2 hands together, there is just this rap of thunder outwards. The first 3 kind of, they don't even notice. It's too quick, as the magic just wallops into them like this wall of force, and they explode. And when they do, it's like glass shattering, as just these sharp chunks of ice and bone just explode outwards from each of them, and they slash into everything. One of the ice methods next to them is obliterated from the force of the explosion, and it just pops and bursts, sending out a shockwave of more ice, of more jagged bone. And it is just this flurry of ice and just carnage as Redmond, you are blasted and knocked unconscious. And Sybil, who had sort of braced herself, using kind of her sword almost up, kind of protecting her face a little bit against the first 3, is just from force knocked off her feet and falls backwards and slumps against a tree. Mooney, you see this, and you see just this ripple of magic. And as you watch this sort of unfurl in front of you, like hearing the blast and sort of like having looked at this, looking for this thing coming at you from the fog, turning back to hear the explosion and see these ice methods just pop one after the other. Uh, you just see a hand just sort of reach past you, glowing, as a woman wearing these long, heavy leathers and brown kind of like rust red orange furs over her shoulder just sort of barrels forward as this light kind of emanates from her. Um, and you just hear the words heal as she casts healing word out around the mass healing word outwards, as she kind of spills in front of you. And Reggie, actually, all of you are going to recover. Let's have a quick roll of that. When you haven't taken any damage, have you?
I'm on 4 hit points.
Okay. Well, now you're on. You're +8. You all take 8 healing. 8 points of healing.
Sweet.
And as she kind of falls through the tree line past you, Mooney, it's I think of like you catch a glint of her, and there is this moment where you're like, you just see just these very, very tight locks of red hair sort of bundled under a hood, just kind of some of them spill out, and there's a flash of her eyes and a smile almost as she kind of looks at you, and then she concentrates on what's happening in front of her. If she stops, she looks around.
Go again. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. She stops again, kind of holding her hand outwards as she casts the healing magic. Looks around and just all of you this way, and she kind of gestures, kind of to come running at her and towards Mooney. Reggie, it is your action.
What was that about? At least looking at the area.
Sorry, I wanted to get rid of them.
So are they gone? The little ice fairies.
4 of them are.
2 left.
He's gonna. Can he take out his torch that he would have
Yeah.
in his backpack with the kindling or whatever it is called, and just chase after them with that, and just say, I've had enough of it. Go away, and just kind of just try to smack them away with the torch that's on fire.
So you want to light your torch and then just sort of wallop the. Okay. You can make an attack roll with it if you want.
Can I do that? What would that be?
So what's your strength modifier?
+5.
Okay. So yeah, you can.
Just D20 +5.
D20 +5. Yeah.
12 +5, so 17.
Yeah, that hits. If you want to roll for damage.
Yeah. What would that be?
I'm going to say a D4
plus
your proficiency bonus.
3. 5.
Okay, and then a D4 straight for the fire.
4.
Okay. Give me a dex save again. Eilish as well. As it explodes.
That's a 5.
So you take 4 damage.
Of course.
Mass heal. Love that.
Well, you might want to hold fast because the other method just rolled a 1. So it's going to take 8, which means it explodes. So you might as well roll. You have to roll a second one.
2. Oh no, sorry. 6.
Okay, another 5.
So okay. So you take 8 damage in total.
So I'm down again. Okay.
Regiment, you're down.
But as my bonus action, I have second wind, so I can roll 1d10
Okay.
Is that okay? Where's my D10? Fuck. Yeah. So that's a 6 plus
See,
1, so 7.
I don't think it is though, because it's not a reaction. Like,
It says bonus action. Once per short rest, you can use a bonus action to regain 1d10 plus 1.
yes,
But
I
but this is a reaction. I understand
Action.
what you're saying. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
never mind.
they-
Yeah.
I have a reaction.
what's your reaction? Is it laughing at Regiment for blowing up?
Yeah. No, it's not. I can't do anything because I need a.
Just pull your mic down to
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I need a.
I love the fact that you just sort of cronk as you Sorry, Dara with her headpiece.
Yeah.
Oh, baby, baby.
It's a
Um,
series of ropes and pulleys. Yeah.
Never mind. It's a. I was going to do silvery barbs, but I have no spell slots left.
So you're going to take anyone that failed takes 8 damage. Sybil takes 6. She passed 1. She failed 1.
Okay.
And Dara.
I'm on 1 HP.
Okay.
I'm done.
Yeah. There is just a. Oh, for the love of. What's he like? And she turns back, and in this moment, Mooney, you almost have to do kind of a double take. It's that thing of what? Like, this woman looks like Annam. Taller, yes, but the same eyes, the same hair color, just the absolute spitting image of him. What are you doing?
Nothing. Minnie's a little bit flustered from having just stolen something. I wasn't doing anything.
Right.
And yeah, she runs over and she just kind of like puts a hand on you, Regiment, as she casts Spare the Dying. And then she kind of looks to Henry and Ida, and then she kind of looks back up at you, Diara, and towards Sybil and you, Mooney. I'm so sorry. I can't do anything for them.
Wait, did they die? Did you blow them up, Diara? Why would you do that?
They're frozen solid. No, I didn't blow them up.
Kind of blew them up a wee bit, though.
I don't. And she's just going to go over and help Reggie up.
I've no hit points, so
He's unconscious. She just spared the dying.
Oh.
She didn't bring him back.
Nice. Well, she's just going to go over to Reggie.
He, she kind of looks back. You're not really. Do you, okay. And there's kind of a heavy thud as she kind of drops something to her side, and she stands up. Dara, you can kind of see it because you're close enough to her. She's dropped like a small. I don't know if the right word is bushel, but a lot of rabbits, like a lot of dead rabbits. Like she'd obviously been hunting. Come with me. I'll take you back to the homestead. You're not dressed for the weather.
We weren't supposed to be here.
Oh, I'll leave, and she kind of fetches around, and she takes a small little dagger from her side, and you see her just kind of put a big mark into one of the trees. We'll come back for your friends, but for now, I think it best if you come home and rest. It's not safe here, and if these creatures don't get you, then the cold will.
You look like a friend of ours. Don't you think so, Diara? That's
Yeah,
just a
Diara's
look.
gonna look at her kind of more closely now and be like, "Are you related to Annam?"
And she kind of she stands up and she's holding the blade now. Like, how do you know that name?
He's our friend.
Aye, he's missing as well. We didn't came specifically looking for him. He just sort of got lost in the process while we were looking for somebody else.
Uh,
Then I climbed a tree and got hit in the head by one of these things, and then they attacked us, and then Dara blew them all up.
How can you be friends with a baby?
I
He's
mean, I
not
know
a baby.
he's
He's got the face of one,
just a
aye,
bit
but
sensitive. Like he's
And she takes a step back.
what's wrong?
I I don't know you people.
Y- y-
You you shouldn't be here.
We know that. We're looking for Annam.
She runs.
you
Go back.
forgot your rabbits.
She turns and she runs. Like if she's looking at you, Diara, and you, Mooney, she now runs in the exact opposite direction. She runs right past Sybil, and she bolts it to the tree line.
Mooney picks up the rabbits. We gotta give the rabbits back to her.
What
And
are we supposed
that's
to?
where we're going to take our break.
No, the rabbits though.
The Reggie though.
He'll be fine.
Um, And we're back. If you're just if you're just joining us, the VOD will be up on our YouTube channel a little bit later in the week. And some of us learned what happens when you kill a mephit. A lesson that I feel will be forgotten. There's something about it. I don't think it's quite naturally sunk in yet. Um, but we will see. Um, yeah. Uh, Diara, you, Sybil, and Mooney are left standing there. This woman has just taken off into the woods. And
But-
Reggie's lying unconscious on the ground.
But I can't lift him.
Wow.
Why not? Like, you're so strong, though.
Just gonna give her a withering look.
What about you, Sybil? Can you lift him?
Sybil kind of pushes herself against the tree to kind of stand up. I'm barely holding myself together. What is what I and like her eyes the entire time are locked on Ida and Henry. I I didn't sign up for this. I I don't know where we are. I don't know what we're doing. I and like the adrenaline from the fight gone, and now she's in full shock mode.
Okay. Okay. It's gonna be fine. We just need to.
Is it?
Yeah.
Henry and Ida are dead. And she gestures down. That one is unconscious. We haven't found Bernard. We haven't found your friend, and I don't know. Like, was that roar? Was that these creatures? Is that what made that sound?
No, I don't think so. That's
I
why
think
we
that
need
the
to go.
the longer we stand here, we can follow that lady. And she said she's going to the homestead, so maybe we can stay there. And she knows Annam. We could bring back the rabbits, get Regmund all sorted out. But we can't stay here, though.
Okay. Can I do like a medicine check to see if I can bring him back to 1 HP?
Do you have a health potion or anything?
No. I'm level 1.
Um,
I have a loot. And rations.
uh, okay. Okay, you have rations? No. Do you have a herbalism kit, any form of first aid kit or medicine kit or anything like that on you?
I have a disguise kit.
Okay. If you want to try and bring him back to a DC, like to a HP of 1, it's going to be a DC 15.
Okay.
Nicest.
Are you proficient in medicine?
I don't think I am. Where are my proficiencies?
Please just assist anyway.
I want to know what my proficiencies are. Oh, there they are. I'm proficient in herbalism.
Oh, so you could have a
But not-
herbalism kit. You could have a herbalism kit.
No,
Yeah,
no.
okay. Yeah. So again, you can kind of, if you want to give the herbalism kit over.
I don't have one.
You don't have one. Okay. Then no. Without kind of a working knowledge, you would only be kind of like getting in the way of what's happening.
No, please get in the way of what's happening because I rolled a nat one.
I'll dab your forehead with the bunny.
So again, you're not dying, Richie. You're just not conscious. Like you're unconscious. Like that's the only thing. And Dyer, you haven't a clue what to do. Like you can see cuts and scrapes, but he's not bleeding. He's not like it's not like he's leaking blood everywhere around it. That's up gushing out of him, but he's very much he's breathing. It's labored, but he's alive. At most, all you'll do is make him comfortable.
Is there? I'm like, can we make a stretcher?
We could just pull him on the ground. It's icy, it's slippery, he'll slide.
Any grease going?
Yeah, actually, I cast grease all over him.
This is what happens when you pass out. You're the brains of the operation.
Are you genuinely going to grease up Regiment and
Well,
drag?
if Sybil's not going to carry him,
She's not, like, she's barely. She has 1 HP.
okay.
Don't
I'm
we
going-
all?
We'll see how we get on, dragging him across the ground, trying to follow
So-
this woman.
Sybil is going to kind of like scoop down, to kind of hoist him up. You see she's shaky underfoot. So someone else is going to have to take the other arm.
Yeah, I will. I'm also on 1 HP though. So
It's, yeah, Jesus, the weight off of him.
yeah, he's going on a diet when we get back.
It's not even. I'm talking his clothes, muscle, that fucking great axe. All of it is just adding to what you're lifting. Is very much the wrong word. You are dragging him, and as you drag him, and Mooney, you're trying to keep watch of where this woman's steps are gone. There is a blood curdling scream. Not a roar, a scream. And it is in agony. It is in rage. It cuts through the wind, and that howling screech that was just shrieking through the trees, walloping into you, it stops. And there is a haunting silence just sitting there. The snow stops falling, and the two of you with the regiment and Sybil find yourselves standing still in the woods, still surrounded by these tall, wiry trees. There is a fresh blanket of snow around you. And though the air is still and the sun overhead is high, you can, if you even tilt your head up, it's blinding. It's almost like it's stronger. You can smell blood on the air.
What was that? Was that a lady's scream?
It sounded like it, but then what was the other thing?
Could we still see her trail?
No, there's any sign of tracks, anything. All that's in front of you, Mooney, is just it's an untouched field of snow.
Is it still the same? Like, does it look like we've shifted places again?
The woods aren't as dense, so you don't seem to be as central to them. So you don't know if it's because they're just where you were walking, or if everything is shifted around you again. But you find yourselves kind of like it's almost as if you're on the edge of the forest, and you might be closer to the fields or the natural sort of grasslands, but now buried under snow.
Is there any evidence that this homestead might be nearby? Like any smoke in the distance?
Give me a perception check.
I think it was -1. It was plus 14.
As like Sybil is kind of she jostles as she kind of shifts Regiment's kind of weight onto the kind of other foot that you've come to kind of a stop. She's also kind of looking, but you catch it first. There is just in the distance there is a small village. You can clearly see smoke sort of wafting upwards against the bright sky.
Look, there it is down there. We should go down before, whatever that thing catches up to us. It's
Yeah.
downhill. We can just slide Regiment down.
Anybody got a shield?
I've got a blanket, a bedroll.
I don't think that'll work as a toboggan.
I have a shield, actually. I should have it on me.
Yes, let's toboggan Reggie down the hill.
Minnie will lead the way down to the village toward the smoke.
As you are kind of leading, and Dara, you are using. Are you actually using the shield? Like,
Just to like drag him rather than us carrying him.
okay, well that's good. Like, I mean, realistically, that's rope to a shield, and then so that's going to take some time. Like, this isn't just he's not he didn't come with a gurney. Like, he doesn't have his own sort of like press a button here and we.
He's wearing the backpack that your man gave us, isn't he?
Yes, yeah, he's wearing
It has like a little handle on the top. We could just like pull him along with it.
That's true.
Okay, fair enough.
But he's like face down though, like face down the entire way. So we're pulling the
He's gonna have
handle of the
frostbite
bag.
on his nose.
Wow. So, Dara, as you and Sybil kind of take care to drag Regiment behind you, Mooney, you kind of make your way down the slope towards the houses and the little village. As you get to the bottom, and Dara, as you are sort of guiding him down, and Sybil's trying to hold him steady, Mooney, there's a road, there's a small winding road that kind of leads up to the village from here, and it kind of loops back on itself a couple of times. This is nestled into a hill here. This village and these fields. You see that there is a small crowd gathered, and there's a lot of cheering. There's a lot of laughter, and there is like amongst all of the villagers, there's a figure that stands out more than anybody else. You see this hulking frame of an older gentleman, uh, maybe pushing his 40s, late 40s, early 50s. Tall, but broad, built like a mountain. Like, there is muscle and fat, and all of it stands fixed, firm, steadfast. And he's bleeding, and he's laughing, and the people around him are looking and turning, and a few people are kind of laughing along with him, and they're heading towards the village. Is it done? Have you taken the things that aren't yours?
I've got 2 out of 3, which I think is a good start, but we've kind of lost one of them.
Show me. Show me what you've taken.
I don't know where you are though.
And as you look around, she's standing right next to you as you
I
kind of go
don't
to turn.
like that.
And she's already reaching for the bag.
That's my bike. But Minnie's just like, she kind of like looks around and sees, does anyone else see her?
They're like Diara and Sybil are currently guiding a toboggan Reggie down the hill. They don't seem to have noticed her.
Minnie gingerly lets her take the bag from her.
She plunges, taking it in one hand. Just this old, wizened, leathered hand just snatches the bag from you, and with her other, she plunges it deep into it. And there is the jangling of the bangles on her wrists. She plunges her hand in. She rips open the neck of the bag, and she. This is nothing. Baubles and trinkets, children's toys, and she throws the hand axe.
I don't understand.
Where are we?
I don't know, to be honest. I thought we were in the Canuck, but now I'm not too sure anymore where we are.
You stand so very close to the edge, but you're terrified to look over. And there's a part of you that knows where we are. And her hand reaches up for your face, Mooney.
She doesn't move, she's too scared.
It is. It is like you've never experienced this pressure. As her fingers just kind of wrap themselves around your jaw, and she tucks them under your chin, and she turns your head, and there is a tightness. It's like it's as if you are sandwiched between two huge boulders, and they are pressing against you. You get the sense that if you even attempted to fight against her grip, her strength, your neck would snap. It would be pointless. She turns and she points you in the direction of the field where you see those men spilling out for the villagers and the giant, the rather large, burly mountain of a man spilling up the road. You have to take something of great value from them.
Well, they don't own much, to be perfectly honest. They sort of took in a very poverty, apparently, coming into this guild. They took all that they had.
Dropping the bag,
Don't drop
And-
the bag.
the other hand still holding your head firm. You feel her fingers just sort of right behind your skull, and she pushes you forward. And it's as if you are submerged underwater. And you actually feel yourself falling. You can see yourself. You see this disconnect between body and soul. Real and everything else. And there is just this black void. Look. And give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, not again. Wisdom save, wisdom save, wisdom save. I'm good at those. Oh, 15.
All around you, her voice booms. We are trapped. Just as you are trapped. Sealed. Here and between. Not living. Not dead. Look. And you start to see these threads, just like wire, begin to kind of illuminate and flicker. And they cross back and forth as far as you can see. And to your left, there is just this swirling mass of energy that seems to wind and tangle and twist and pull on these threads. And as you turn to the other, it looks more real. It looks, you can see places, you can see things, you can see people. And everything there is tied to a thread. And when you look, Mooney, really look, you are tied to nothing.
Why don't I get a string?
That is not my question to answer. But I can tell you. You have to find hope.
Where do you find it?
She kind of just, she cuts you off. She just cuts right through. And she points a finger. And all the way across this expansive distance, just this massive void between you and the threads, existence and what exists beyond it. You see Annam. He has given in. From despair comes hope. He gives you that. You must take their hope. And Dara, you land right beside Mooney.
What are you staring at?
Hello?
Hi. What are you staring at?
I don't know. Do you
Okay,
know where Annam is?
Do you think if I knew where Annam was, I'd be dragging this lump behind me?
Where's Money's bag?
It's scattered around you.
Money quickly puts everything back in before she can
Did I see my mirror?
Sleight of hand check, Mooney, and what's your passive perception, Dara?
Oh, it's pretty high, I think. 12.
Oh no! Oh no! It's a minus one. 18.
No.
Your mirror's mine,
It's
bitch.
the thing of you kind of throw yourself, you use your frame to kind of cover everything, and you bundle it all up, Mooney. And yeah, Dara, you see her kind of like she's kind of spaced.
Are you all right?
Um, maybe, I don't know. I didn't get a thread like everyone else. Um,
What? What? What do you?
um, do you know who Hope is? Have you ever heard of a Hope?
No. No.
Did a Hope go missing in these woods? Or was it just Sybil and Ida and Henry and Bernard? I don't suppose there was a Hope with you, was there, Sybil?
Sybil just kind of, she looks at you, Mooney, and then she looks at Dare. I have no idea what's going on. But I just want to get to that village and put my feet down near somewhere warm. I
That's
haven't
a
a
good
clue
idea.
what you're talking about.
That's pretty much how we all are with Mooney. But Diara's kind of concerned because Mooney's being like extra weird. Are you sure you're okay?
Absolutely fine. But we should probably go to the village and see if Adam's there.
Yeah. Can you take this? And she's gonna take Reggie's great axe and hand it to Mooney.
Yeah, sure, of course.
Thanks.
She takes it.
By now, Dara, you'd noticed this as well. There are villagers. They were out on the road. They've kind of they're kind of up towards the village, and there seems to be something happening. There seems to be some kind of cause of revelry.
Looks like there's a party on.
I do like a party.
Hmm. Maybe if we get Reggie some bread rolls, he'll wake up.
I've got rabbits. Maybe they'll want the rabbits.
Do you have rabbits?
I took the rabbits from that woman.
Oh yeah.
In case she wants them back.
Maybe she's down here. Let's go.
So you're going to continue towards the village.
Yes.
Ye saunter up. A lot of people. It's that thing of they kind of look. They all kind of look at each other. They look at Ye, and then they turn back to the again the center of attention in the village is this hulking figure. He stands solid nearly foot and a half, 2 feet taller than, if not three, than some of the men here. He's taller than you, Mooney. Like he's pushing kind of 8 feet. They don't pay the group any sort of attention. They're all kind of like, so, Oren, you left him in a bad way. They're like, he's, you have a look at him. And then there's a kind of a laughter that kind of cuts through it. Part of it is teaching a pup a lesson, and that'll learn Adam a lesson.
Their ears perk up, I assume. Are we close enough to like speak?
Yeah, they're not. Even if you were kind of on the outskirts, they're not being quiet. They're drinking.
You guys know Adam?
Everybody kind of goes quiet and turns back.
We're looking for him. We lost him in the woods.
And he lost his old man, and there's a couple of people laughing. He got, and he kind of points up at the tall fella, and there's a very obvious cut, just kind of like over his eye. You're looking for my son.
Oh, you're his dad? Cool. Yeah.
And you are who exactly?
We're his friends from the keep.
Did the lad hit me actually harder than I first thought? And he kind of scoots down, and one of the other lads comes up and kind of puts the back of his hand against his head. You're burning up, Aaron. You're burning up. And they all kind of start laughing. If you're looking for him, he's out in the field, probably licking his wounds.
What? 'Cause What field?
He just does that over his back, and he just gestures with his thumb back down the road.
Do you guys have a healer? Our friend here kind of got into it with some ice fairies. She gestures at Reggie and Sybil.
They all kind of look. Sure, look, just let him into Hetty's there.
And that would be this way?
Yeah, they're all they're really not bothered. And one of the lads just kind of does, he just does that towards one of the houses.
Okay, great. She's going to pick up Reggie's shoulders and gesture for Mooney or Sybil to grab his legs.
We're looking, and like Sybil kind of like, as she trying to drag, she kind of, we're also looking for another friend of ours, Bernard,
Oh, yeah.
about yay high. He wasn't with Annam, and then a couple of them were like, what the hell's a Bernard? Who's Bernard? And like, don't know any Bernard, sorry. And they all kind of go back to, but he's in a bad way, Aaron. Like I mean, did you really have to? And again, the chat goes back to the fight as you drag it.
Diara,
Yeah.
they're saying that Annam's not in a good way. Why don't you take Redmond and Sybil to this Hetty, and maybe I can go to the field and see what's going on?
That's a good idea.
Do you want to take the rabbits, or will I keep them?
Maybe you keep them.
I'll keep the rabbits. Minnie kind of looks at Sybil to see if that's okay.
Sybil has kind of like, if you've gone into Hetty's or you're heading that direction, Sybil just kind of nods. Just see if he saw Bernard.
All right. Okay. Can I give you this axe? Because I don't want to carry it anymore.
And like she kind of gestures next to the door.
She puts it against the door.
And yeah, if you're still dragging Reggie there, she's going to pull him towards Hetty's. You head in, and she's a halfling woman. And she kind of goes about. She seemed to be in the middle of getting some stuff together when you drag Reggie in. Hello.
Hi. My friend here needs some help. They told me to bring him to you. You're
Which one?
Hattie?
You're both. Well, you're not exactly looking too hot yourself.
Well, I'm conscious, which is more than I can say for him.
Jeez, and you're sweating. And she puts her hand up against you. It's not a fever. It's probably from dragging that lump.
Yeah.
All right, put him on the cot.
And she just kind of
What is
hooshes
it
him.
now? A bit fond of the drink, was it? He's had one too many.
No, it was
No, look, you've to stop making excuses for him now. Like,
no.
the-
Trust me.
a woman makes enough excuses for her husband.
Oh no, he is not my husband.
And she goes about kind of she's just making up the story for herself as she's
Yeah.
going through it. Like she's full on and like she's cleaning off the kind of the cuts, and she's it's not too bad, and she's jabbing him, like she's not even being like, oh, better check. Full on like index finger, like, oh yeah, that's soft tissue there now, yeah, that's definitely bruised, and if it wasn't bruised before, it's definitely fucking bruised now.
Yikes.
But yeah, she's taking care of Reggie. Mooney, as you kind of close the door on Diara, Sybil, and Hetty and Reggie, and you go to make your way back down the road to the fields. Everything's kind of strange. Your man, he gestured over his shoulder towards the field, and as you step out, there's the crowd are there. Everybody's there, and you start to like, the air is a bit different. there's not as many people as there was when you arrived. You don't kind of know where they went. There's the crowd seems to have dispersed, but it seems to almost get further away from you. Like as you kind of turn and make your way down the road for just a moment, you see that gentleman, Aaron, that the big muscle, um, giant frame on him, and standing next to him, laughing, just as caught up and beaten, Annam, and everything kind of like it's that thing of wait, what? And you, as if you go to turn back to it, you find yourself standing in the field, and there's a tree that has been absolutely uprooted and sundered. It has been broken. There's some of the perimeter walls, the boundary walls here are shattered. There are large chunks of earth just missing out of the ground. There is blood everywhere. Where once the fields were covered in snow, there's now kind of muck and uh, the first sign of green kind of poking through. There's still ice very much there in the earth, but we don't seem to be in the depths of the cycle of winter. We seem to be moving into kind of a spring, harsh as it may be here. And you can just hear the sounds of roaring and cheering. And there's a fight. You can't see it, but you can feel it. You can feel this energy. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Eight.
It's that thing, Mooney, as you sort of fix on it, and it's like it's almost like deja vu. You go to grasp and pull on it, but it's not tangible. It's not real. It's not yours. It's not your memory that you are trying to remember. So while some of your senses, your hearing, senses smell, are very much activated, are very much picking up on what's happening, you can't get any deeper into this memory. And just traipsing up the field towards you, you see Gruum, that wizened old woman, just sort of stepping closer. This is it.
What is it?
Hope. Do you
And I
feel
got
it?
Oh, I don't feel hope. I feel like a fight, if anything. But if it's hope, I've got to take it, don't I?
She reaches for you. And again, it's that same strength in her hand, though not as firm, not as sort of like impatient as she was with you earlier. She takes your hand. This is the beginning. You have to take his hope. And as she holds your hand, you can kind of feel it's that sort of the innate thing, Mooney, you have any caster has. You can detect that sort of energy. You don't know what kind of magic, you don't know how powerful, you don't know where it's coming, but in close proximity to other beings who use magic. There is that sort of, it's almost like goosebumps, or the hairs kind of stand up. You kind of know. As she takes your hand, it's just a surge of electricity that sort of courses through every muscle and nerve in your body. And they are, for the faintest of seconds, it feels as if they're all going to burn out. And then the energy is pulled back a little. It's like she tried to find the balance. And then every aspect of you is aware. The memory is all a blur and a haze. That's not what the magic is focusing on. The magic is focusing on hope. A young man's hope in the face of every adversity, in every challenge. A young man's hope that he will not be who his father is. He will be greater. He will be better. A hope to carve a life, a name for himself. It is immensely powerful. And as you feel this energy kind of coursing through you, you hear Gruum just say, "Take it."
I don't want it. That belongs to him.
If you want to save them, take it.
Save them from what, though?
Take his hope away from him.
Then what'll happen to him?
We will have a chance at finding her.
Hey, though, despair. What? I don't understand half the things you're telling me.
You have at your fingertips creation. It is only your fear that is holding you back. Take his hope.
She tries to take it.
It is a ball of light just sort of swirling in front of you. And as you reach for it, Money, you see it flicker. It begins to crackle, and you can see sparks and spray of light just sort of almost lash out as you reach for it. It begins to tremble, and you can feel the energy surging from Gruum standing next to you. You feel her magic channeling into you. And the light begins to drain. And it begins to dim. And everything begins to get colder and darker. And Sarah, you leaving Reggie in Hetty's care with Sybil's watch, head out into the fields, looking for Diara, looking for Mooney, and looking for Annam. And as you make your way down that winding road, spurred on by the crowd who said the field there, and seeing the tracks, you, after a short while, come across an open field. It's in absolute wreck. The walls have been knocked over. There's a a tree that's been uprooted and broken into bits. The field itself is full of holes and muck, and what little snow that was remaining is beginning to melt and set against it. Set in the field, you find Mooney cradling Anam's dead body,
What?
battered and broken, and unbreathing.
She's gonna sprint over to them. What happened?
Was Mooney coherent?
Yeah,
And she just looks down and just sees Adam's. She's just holding Adam's body,
yeah, he is limp.
like dead.
He
And
is
it's like
not.
our adult Adam.
Yeah, it's the Anam that you recognize.
Diara?
What happened?
I took his hope.
You what?
I don't know. She told me to do it.
Who told you?
Gorham, the old lady. She said if I wanted to save him and free destiny or something, I had to take his hope.
What do you mean you took his hope, Mooney?
I don't know. Is he dead?
Is he dead? Does it seem like he's dead?
If you kneel down to look him over,
Yeah.
his body is broken. He's clearly been in a fight for his life, and it's a fight he lost.
Mooney, I don't think you did this.
Are you sure?
I mean, you heard his dad. He was bragging that he'd beaten him pretty badly. If he just left him here,
He didn't say he killed him though.
well, maybe he didn't. Maybe he died after he left.
Is he still warm? I can't tell anymore. My hands are cold.
Is he still warm?
No.
No.
And it couldn't have just happened. If he just died, he'd still be warm.
So well, I don't know what to do.
We should take. What about that Hetty? Maybe we should take him back to his dad. Maybe his dad will know something. Or when he kind of looks around, it kind of put the hope back. I don't want it anymore.
Mooney, what do you mean? What is what? How can you put something back? Hope isn't a thing. It's a feeling. You can't touch it.
I did though.
I
It felt like light, and then it kind of went out, and it went cold, and now I'm here, and I'm holding Adam's body, and it's cold as well. So if I put the light back in him, maybe that'll make him warm again.
well, where is it?
I don't know. Does Minnie have her bag?
Yep, it's still on your side.
Cause she takes out the spyglass. She takes out the throwing axe. She's just going through her bag, looking for something, anything.
You don't see anything that resembles like the light that you saw in that space.
Mooney, I don't think there's anything we can do for him now.
We could take him back to the village. Maybe his dad can put him back together. If his dad is broken, maybe he can fix him.
I don't think so.
Why not?
Mooney, he's dead.
We can't leave him here though.
We won't.
Can you help me carry him?
Yeah.
Minnie tries to hoist him up as best as she can.
Yeah. Just head back towards the town.
Okay.
Is he heavier than Reggie?
Uh, he's no. That's something that Reggie has on him. But he is still quite heavy. Like like, um, but you don't know if it's just the need or the want to get away or to bring him back. Are you going to Hetty or where? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Minnie's actually trying to bring him back to Oren. If she can see Oren.
Okay. As the pair of you kind of again, you lift him up and you have to kind of bring him back out onto the road as you're making your way up towards the village. Regiment, there is an absolute pounding, aching, throbbing pain in your head, and you can just hear this banging on the door, like just this loud banging sound. That's sort of like you're kind of half in, half out of it, but that sound is there, and you can feel the pain in your head.
He's gonna groggily try turn over and shield his eyes away from the light and just say, go away.
Reggie, mate, you got to get up. He sounds real pissed off out there.
Who?
Byron, you're late. You're late. You're late to be late. Like,
Oh, okay. And he's gonna try stand up, and he's rubbing his temples. Where are we?
how much did you drink last night?
I didn't,
Mate,
pal.
you practically tried. I I had to hold you back from breaking into my mom's store. That would have got us both kicked out of the guild.
How did you get in the guild? Who let you in?
We applied the same way, the same time. Okay, look, your uniform is there, and as you kind of like start to come around to it, standing across from you is Bernard, uh, wearing like full garb. He's uh, in well-made leather armor, uh, long slacks. He has a short sword on his hip and a shield wrapped over his shoulders, and he's wearing kind of a long kind of dark forest green sash with a trim on it. Look, just splash a bit of water on it, throw your outfit on, and come on. It's today, Reggie.
What's today?
We're finally initiates.
I don't want to be
We're
an initiative of anything you're part of.
Okay. You're always like this first thing in the morning, and you're even worse after a night of drinking. So I'm going. I'll tell Byron you're on the way out, and I'll tell Diara, and I'll tell Mooney. So
Where's Adam?
is he some fella you met last night drinking?
No. Adam, he stays in his room.
I've slept in that bunk across from you for the last 3 years. It's Bernard.
Yeah, no, I unfortunately know that.
Right. Well, if you don't fancy joining the Summer Keep Guild, the thing that we have since we were kids, worked and trained for, good luck to you.
I need Adam. Adam would know what to do here.
And Bernard's out the door.
Okay.
He's inside, and you just hear him kind of shouting, and he bulldozes down.
Reggie's gonna get dressed and try find Diara and Mooney.
As you, again, it's a thing of like, where's Annam? Like, and you splash a bit of water on. There's a little bit of a sick taste in your mouth. You stand up and you dress. You throw on everything. It's like, and you're looking over at the bunk, and you're like, he was there. Like that's, and my. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
It's a 12.
Oh, what's his name? It's just on the tip of your tongue. And then you hear a bell ringing. And music starts to play. And you are really late for the inauguration ceremony. When recruits become initiates and full-fledged members of the Summer Keep Guild.
And I don't remember.
But Redmond, this is the thing you've always hoped for. And that is where we will leave the session.
No, shut up.
But how many hit points do I have?
You are level 3.
Oh.
Well, look at you.
Gosh, I am upset.
This is the worst time limit ever.
This is the worst.
I have had a blast. That was so much fun.
You did. Richard, wait, what?
I hope everybody had fun. I had
Oh
fun.
yeah, clearly. Love being close to tears on a Tuesday night.
My God. That's
Thank
so
you, my
many
therapy.
notes.
I have so many notes. Like that's the most diligently I've written things in a long time.
Same here.
Thank you so much to Emma, Eilish, and Kat. And actually Richard, even though he wasn't with us on stream, Richard was in chat, and Richard is also to blame for half the setup. So it takes 2 to torment your players.
Is Adam coming back?
We are D8 Dungeon. We are a group of Irish TTRPGers, mostly Irish or Irish-based, Ireland-based TTRPGers. Here we produce several streams over here on Twitch. This has been Beyond Horizon's Edge, Chapter 10, Hopelessness. And on Thursday night, I am live for Ben and Declan on a roll, but we don't have Ben because he's in Canada. That's not doxing because Canada's quite big. But all of it, he's in all of Canada. But I will be joined by Amber, and we are going to be talking about our upcoming charity event, D8 Dungeon Drive, where we are hoping to raise $3,000 for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund with the aid of some phenomenal game masters from all over the world and players from all over the world. And it kicks off Friday, the 2nd of August. And if you head on over to our social media channels, D8 Dungeon, or over to our Discord server, you will find links to all of these events that are upcoming and our full stream schedule. I suppose I can kind of announce it here. We have actually decided to delay the launch of Romancing the Dungeon Season 3. With all of the work going into D8 Dungeon Drive, it means that the editing and everything else like that, it takes time. It takes time to make all of that actually sound halfway decent. You sit there, you know.
Yeah, it's true. It's mostly Sam.
Really is.
He doesn't watch this stream. He'll never know I said that.
But so that will be coming out towards the end of August while we focus all our efforts on getting involved, organizing D8 Dungeon Drive and aiming to raise all that money. How do you get involved? How can you help? Tune in. We'll be live from 8 p.m. Friday the 2nd for our PvP tournament, D8 Dungeon Mania. where we will be pitting players and characters from all over the TTRPG community. Emily is in chat. Emily will be joining us from Fate's Grip. And
Nickum Emily.
for $50, I will wipe Emily out of the competition in like the
No!
first round.
Yo!
Very easily tempted. I'll just throw it out there right now. If there's anybody from Faith Script watching this, I will just bully Emily on stream for 15
How
minutes straight.
dare you?
Bully.
You can take it.
But on Saturday, there are 5 games running from 9 in the morning until 1 a.m. And then we pick up again on Sunday from 12 until 1 a.m. again, where you will get a chance to see Emily ruin me and what I love doing live on stream for charity. So it promises to be a phenomenal weekend, and there are prizes to be won throughout the whole thing. So hopefully we will see you there. Like I said, our goal is 3,000. Last year we set a goal of 3,000, and Amber and I would get tattoos. We will be revealing those tattoos on Friday night. You get a chance to see, because we said we would do it, that if we raised that much money last year, that we would get tattoos. Thankfully, it did not turn into tramp stamps, so we didn't have to get tramp stamps. And we also got to pick our tattoos, so we didn't leave it up the internet to make us get Boaty McBoatface tattoos on our arms, or Flicky McFlickface, I guess is what would happen in our universe. Yes, Emily, last year it was skeletons. This year it's the prom and aliens. So I'm just slowly ruining everything with you as my co-chair of evilness. That's it from us. Hopefully see some of you back here on Thursday night for Ben and Declan on a roll, but no Ben with Declan. And thanks so much to Kat, Emma, and Eilish. All your questions will be answered in a couple of weeks. We're back in 2 weeks' time for another episode of Beyond Horizon's Edge, and we might get a chance to see just what happened to Annam. And we're going to leave it there. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later.